friends, the A5 is now in its third generation, and today we are going to look at this brand new A5L sport bike, which retains the original design of the Audi A5 and now also embodies Audi's luxurious background, and has also added the very cutting-edge Huawei Changkun bracket. Today, we are going to take a look at this brand new A5L sport bike and see what its highlights are. Looking at its appearance, you will find that it has inherited the most beautiful Audi on this car. Its designer actually designed the second generation Audi A5. Its main emphasis is on expressing a very dynamic feeling. Therefore, you will find that this brand new A5L sport bike presents you with a very elegant posture. You will find that the laser radar is placed underneath on the front two sides, which will make the entire front of the car better integrated. If you don't look closely, you really can't find it. There are two laser radars hidden underneath, and let's talk about the colors. In addition to the gray we have today, it also has white, green, red, blue, beige, and black, a total of 7 colors for you to choose from. This gray is also the most textured among all the cars. If you agree with my point of view, please give us a thumbs up in our comments. When you see a car with frameless doors, you will naturally feel that this car is very dynamic and elegant. The A5L sport bike retains this. If you take a look at it, you will find that its entire posture is very elegant. In addition to its appearance and visual appearance that gives you a very good-looking feeling, it also has very safe protection in terms of quietness, waterproofness, and bumps, etc. Therefore, a design like this frameless car that can be used at home will be more expensive than an ordinary three-phase car, for example, a BMW car. It will be more expensive than an ordinary three-phase car, for example. The BMW 4 Series is nearly 80,000 yuan more expensive than the 3 Series. Open the trunk and you'll notice the classic hatchback design has been retained. Besides this hatchback design, the elongated proportions create a more powerful and low-slung feel, while also ensuring practicality. This design extends from the C-pillar back, creating ample headroom for rear passengers. Secondly, the large hatchback design makes it quite convenient for carrying things. So, I think both practicality and aesthetics are guaranteed. Furthermore, this car draws heavily from the R45, such as its low, wide stance, the aerodynamic design at the front, the red calipers on the wheels, the integrated sport seats, and many other details. Many of these details are only found on BMW models. There's a reflection of this in Eimer and Mercedes-AMG. So, when you add these factors to the A5L, you get a truly powerful feel. When you get inside, the first thing that catches your eye is the large, integrated curved screen in the front. It's oriented toward the driver, giving you a wraparound view and a clearer view of the information. The front screen is 11.9 inches, the center screen is 14.5 inches, and the passenger side also has a 10.9-inch screen. The driver and front passenger are actually separated by a screen. While driving, for example, the driver can watch a TV show while the driver looks at the navigation system, making it very convenient. Speaking of navigation, there's a large whoosh in front. The advantage is that it's incredibly clear. You basically don't need to look at the navigation, just look forward. It's also less affected by strong sunlight. In terms of features, the seats are integrated sport seats. Things like front power strips, ventilation, heating, and massage are all included. I also find the controls on the screen quite comfortable. Besides being incredibly convenient, this screen also integrates popular apps like iQIYI, Huawei, Himalaya, and WeChat. It's quite convenient. Basically, everything is available for you. Listening to music, watching movies, playing music, all of it is included. The sunshade above uses a smart dimmable system with 9 zones and 4 modes. It adjusts just like a traditional system. Now, it is in a fully closed mode, just like putting a curtain on it, and I think it basically does a good job in terms of sun protection and various ultraviolet rays. We were in front of a sunny day like today, and at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon there was no heat at all in the car. As for the audio system, it also uses the audio system of its old friend BO, and the whole car has 20 speakers and 810 watts of power. Let us play a piece for you to feel it. There's another point that I think is really important. That's the voice recognition system. I think it's a real quantum leap forward because it not only supports the commonly used audible and spoken languages in the market, but also recognizes some dialects such as Cantonese, Sichuanese, and Mandarin. It can do all of these, so if you want to recognize these dialects, you can also try it with IT. The benefit is that when you are driving, G for example, if you want to adjust the temperature or something, you don't have to do it manual, which would reduce safety. You can operate it directly with voice, and you can do it without affecting anything. Brothers, we have now driven this A5L Sportback, and next, I want to talk to you about its driving experience. This car is equipped with the 1.888 engine, so the overall power response, and when you go through various road conditions, you will feel its overall power. It is very smooth. Sometimes you may not feel the sustained power at low speeds, but after driving it, you can feel the responsiveness it can bring to you. And the road feel that its entire chassis gives you is very precise. It has 5 driving modes. When it is adjusted to dynamic, it is very sporty. You can see that it can bring you a little noise, a bit like RS. Then you are not in this dynamic mode. For example, if you are in balanced mode, it feels very comfortable at this time. I think this mode is more suitable for your normal driving. If you don't like the intense feeling, or if you are a novice, the comfort mode is actually a more suitable mode. Its suspension uses a dual-link front suspension and a 5-link rear suspension. The overall response is excellent, and it handles minor bumps very well. It gives you a comfortable, authentic German driving experience. It also has a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, so starting is incredibly smooth with no jerking at all. It also uses the new generation CC suspension with 3 adjustable modes. You can adjust the suspension to suit your needs, even on particularly rough roads, which can provide a comfortable ride. It's also equipped with hydraulic slings throughout the system, and the car is made of a lot of aluminum. You'll feel the chassis is very solid and remarkably strong. Let's take a look at the car's suspension. It uses a Huawei front suspension. The entire car has a total of 32 sensors. We are now on a rather complex mountain trail. Now that we have it started, this car has 2 LiDARs in the front, 12mm wave radars, various high-definition cameras, and so on. Since this road is a mountain trail, sometimes you might see a car coming this way. Let's take a look at this place. It recognizes the car in front and makes an evasive maneuver. You see, it's not stupid, it's really good, because some brackets may recognize the car in front and stop directly, or their reaction will be slow. Some models are equipped with Huawei brackets. I think they will be a little uncomfortable, but this car feels quite smooth to use overall. The 2 LiDARs are placed in the front. Some students may ask, hey, why don't you put it on top? Well, here, Audi actually has its own insistence. Putting it on top will definitely destroy some of the beauty. In fact, they have also made a lot of considerations here. The 2 laser radars below it have their own heating and cleaning functions. If it is summer in the north, or there are small insects on it, or there is some rainy and snowy weather, the fog on it will be washed away and cleaned for you. This can actually avoid some situations that are not easy to use. Some students may consider that if it is placed underneath and it is bumped, the repair cost is also quite high. However, they put 2 covers on the laser radar so that if it breaks, you can just replace the cover. Isn't it a thoughtful idea? The whole logic is still very similar to our human brain. And a good point about it is that it has a super large WHOD in front. The content displayed on it is really very clear. The difference between it and other WHODs is that it puts the icon of the car on it, and the overall color reproduction is also very good. And it is also very bright and clear. In some very complex situations, such as under strong sunlight, you will find it very useful and can see clearly. If you think it is not fast enough, you can adjust it upwards. The speed can also be adjusted. This kind of driving is actually quite complicated because you don't know when it will go around a bend. Will there be a sudden oncoming car from the opposite direction? We drive for a while, and it needs us to dial again to ensure that people are still paying attention to the road conditions. So it still has to be based on safety. In short, I think this performance is really surprising among fuel vehicles, because we all know that the new energy vehicles may have better brackets now, and fuel vehicles like some joint venture brands may not be well known to everyone, and people may think that they may not keep up too much. But after trying it yourself, you will really find that it is actually much better than many new original cars, especially I think their cooperation with Huawei. This performance actually proves that their brackets will get better and better in the future. So friends, this bracket is 1 to 10, and I want to ask you a few points. So finally, I also want to ask you a question. Now, this new Audi A5 L400 inherits the original A5 design and also integrates Audi's it has a luxurious background. And now it also has Huawei's bracket. All of these are integrated together. If you think how much this car will sell for, you will consider it. You are also welcome to write in our comment area below. The above is all the content of our issue. See you next time. Bye.